Hi folks, I thought I'd just very quickly update you on a couple of goodies that I managed to secure from a lovely guy down in Victoria who was offloading some what he called extraneous parts, but I don't know, to most of us it might be garbage. I disagree actually. I think the stuff is really precious, so I was thrilled to bits when he said, look, I've got to get rid of it, I don't need it anymore, would you like it? Damn straight I would. So what are we looking at here? This is the Marmon Herrington, which is, well, almost completely tarped up. I haven't been working on her lately, so I just thought I'd cover her up and safeguard her against the elements. But what I do have, well, there's a door. That's the passenger's side door. It's all of these parts are original, so these are all period parts. I'm fairly certain that this came off a Marmon Herrington, but Fords of that vintage, 1940, 41 Fords, all were pretty much interchangeable where the parts are concerned. So that's the door, that's the passenger's side door. And this part here is the corner section, if you like, of the cab itself. So if I just zoom in, you can see a little hole down sort of the lower half to the left hand side, and that is where the filler cap would have gone, the petrol cap, because on Fords the actual fuel tank itself was in the cab right there, and you can see if you follow the borders along here, that's basically where the fuel tank would have sat, right there. So the driver and his passenger used to sit on that, which is a pretty scary thought. So that's one of the back quarter panels. This is the passenger's side door, which is, well, as you can see, it's a little bit crusty down the bottom. That tends to happen quite a bit with these old vehicles. The water and stuff tends to get into the bottom sections and then just rusts it out. So at some stage I'm going to have to clear that up, or probably actually cut the bottom section out and then weld in a replacement. But apart from that, this is a really good door. Sorry about the glare, it's early in the morning. It's about 7:30-ish, so the sun's coming up, which is probably not going to make the best of videos, but it sure beats the hell out of cooking in the midday sun. So yeah, passenger side door, it's a roadster cab door, as you can see. If I just pull this down, you can see that there is absolutely no inclusion or provision for windows, because the roadster cab didn't have any windows. But it's all there. It's a little bit filthy, and it's got surface rust, but if you look, you can see there's little features that still sort of stand out. There's a little grab handle there, which obviously enables the passenger or the driver to open and close the door from the inside. If you have a look around the edges, you can see these little screws. There's one, there's another one, because in its heyday this thing would have had trim. It would have had interior trim, like, well, I guess they call them door cards these days. But yeah, that's sort of, you can see the traces of it. It's all gone, of course, because it would have been fabric, and I would imagine fabric's the first thing to go when these things are sitting out in the open for decades. Anyway, so what I'm hoping to do today, if I get a chance, if I'm not burnt to a crisp, is I'm going to try and see if I can remove what's left of these door hinges here. You see, at some stage someone has taken a gas axe and they've literally just cut straight through the hinges to remove the doors, and the screws are still there, the mounting screws, which is going to be a hell of a job to try and remove, because you can't just use a conventional screwdriver, because you'll, well, if you don't go nuts to begin with, you'll snag the screws and it'll just be an almighty job. So I'm going to try and take an impact driver on those. As you can see, I've lubed them up with WD-40 in the hope of just trying to make life a little easier for me. But if I can get those off today, then just for a laugh, I might just mount the door. You see, there's the door hinge. Still got the pins in them in situ, but it's a very sturdy hinge, and I've cleaned that up, and it should be very, very easy to reuse. This one, sadly, here, once again, someone's cut that off. They've either used an angle grinder or a gas axe, and they've just sliced straight through it. So with this one, I'm going to have to use a pin remover, whack that pin out of place, and I do actually have a replacement hinge that I can use for that. So that is what I am going to do today. So that's one quarter panel, That's a passenger side door. I've got the quarter panel on the other side as well. I've got a driver's side door, but it's in a bit of a mess, so it's going to take a while before I can even think about trying to mount something like that on. But that's it. 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes, and that's how we're coming along. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy my very amateurish videos. Take it easy. Bye.